Miami, Florida, where the sun shines bright, and apparently some drivers' egos shine even brighter. What started as an ordinary Monday morning commute turned into an unforgettable instant karma moment when one aggressive driver decided that intimidation tactics were his preferred method of navigation. This road rage incident, captured from 4 different angles including traffic cameras and multiple dashcams, showcases the exact moment when bullying behavior collides head-on with cosmic justice, and the results are absolutely spectacular. The instant consequences that follow will make you stand up and cheer. This particular aggressive driver wasn't just having a bad day, he was deliberately targeting vulnerable drivers with calculated intimidation strategies that crossed every line of decency. We were talking about a pickup truck operator who used his vehicle exercise as a weapon, purposely tailgating compact cars driven by women and elderly drivers, revving his engine menacingly, and creating genuinely terrifying situations for people just trying to reach their destinations safely. His pattern of behavior showed premeditation, repetition, and escalating aggression that witnesses described as hunting rather than simply driving recklessly. The dashcam evidence revealed someone who derived pleasure from making others afraid. But here is the beautiful twist in this instant karma story. While this bully was so focused on terrorizing innocent drivers, he completely missed the undercover police presence monitoring the exact intersection where his reign of terror was about to end abruptly. The real-life consequences arrived with such perfect timing and poetic justice that you will ill question whether the universe itself is a dashcam pointed at entitled drivers. Sometimes karma does just knock it kicks the door down with a warrant. Welcome back to the channel where instant karma reigns supreme and entitled drivers get exactly what they deserve. If you are obsessed with watching real-life justice delivered to aggressive drivers who think intimidation is acceptable behavior, then you are part of our amazing community. Before we reveal today's incredibly satisfying instant karma moment, show some love by smashing that like button right now. Then drop a comment telling us what city you are watching from. We love connecting with karma enthusiasts from around the globe. Your likes and comments help us bring you more instant justice content. Now let us watch this bully pay the price. The morning rush on Biscayne Boulevard in Miami started like any typical weekday commuters heading to work. Parents dropping kids at school, delivery drivers making their rounds. Traffic flowed steadily despite the volume, with drivers exhibiting the patient cooperation that keeps urban roadways functional. Then, at precisely 7:43 Amazonas, according to timestamp evidence, a massive lifted pickup truck with aftermarket modifications entered the scene, and the atmosphere shifted immediately from cooperative to confrontational. The truck's driver, a heavily built man wearing sunglasses despite the early hour, had apparently woken up but chosen violence as his morning motivation. His vehicle, lifted so high that smaller cars disappeared entirely in his blind spots, featured an intentionally loud exhaust system that announced his presence blocks away. But the noise wasn't the problem, his behavior was. Within 60 seconds of joining traffic, he'd already identified his first target. A compact hybrid driven by a woman in scrubs, clearly a healthcare worker heading to her hospital shift. The intimidation began subtly at first. He positioned his enormous truck mere feet from her rear bumper, close enough that his grille filled her entire rearview mirror, blocking all visibility of the road behind. When she maintained her legal speed and proper lane position, doing absolutely nothing wrong, he began flashing his high beams aggressively and laying on his horn in sustained blasts that startled not just his target but surrounding drivers. The woman's brake lights flickered nervously as she tried to process this unexpected assault. Dashcam footage from an adjacent lane captured her white-knuckled grip on the steering wheel and her frequent glances in the rearview mirror, her expression transitioning from confusion to genuine fear. This wasn't to road rage triggered by another driver's mistake. This was targeted intimidation of someone guilty only of existing in front of him. The aggressive driver had weaponized his vehicle exercise and his own aggression to terrorize a complete stranger, and he was just getting started with his morning campaign of bullying behavior. The healthcare worker, demonstrating wisdom born from self-preservation, changed lanes at the next opportunity to escape her tormentor. A reasonable person might assume the aggressive driver would simply continue forward, satisfied with the clear lane ahead. But reasonable agent tinha esse vocabulary this morning. Instead of proceeding, he followed her into the new lane, continuing his intimidation tactics with renewed vigor, proving that o agente about traffic flow was about control and dominance. His behavior escalated further. He pulled alongside her at the next red light, revving his modified engine repeatedly in deliberate attempts to startle and intimidate. The deep, aggressive rumble of his exhaust system violated noise ordinances designed specifically to prevent this type of harassment. Witnesses in surrounding vehicles later reported seeing him gesturing and shouting, though his exact words were mercifully inaudible through closed windows. His body language communicated everything necessary: aggression, entitlement, and zero concern for the fate he was deliberately inflicting. When the light turned green, the pickup truck got in front of the healthcare worker so closely that she had to brake hard to avoid collision, a classic intimidation tactic that aggressive drivers use to assert dominance. He then brake-checked her multiple times, tapping his brakes for no traffic-related reason except to force her in the emergency braking responses. Each brake check increased the danger exponentially, as rear-end collisions often trigger multi-vehicle chain reactions in dense traffic. After approximately 3 minutes of this targeted harassment, the healthcare worker made a defensive decision that likely prevented a more serious incident. She turned off Biscayne Boulevard entirely, choosing a longer route to work rather than enduring continued intimidation. Her departure should have ended the interaction, freeing the aggressive driver to continue his commute. Instead, it seemed to embolden him, as a thorough retreat confirmed his twisted belief that intimidation was effective. He immediately began scanning traffic for his next victim, a predatory behavior pattern that witnesses found genuinely disturbing to observe. The aggressive driver's next target appeared within seconds, an elderly couple driving a sedan at a perfectly reasonable speed in the center lane. The gentleman behind the wheel appeared to be in his 70s, with white hair visible through the rear window, his wife seated beside him. They represented everything vulnerable about our roadways: experienced drivers proceeding cautiously, fully aware of their slower reaction times and reduced abilities. They deserved protection and patience from other drivers. Instead, they became prey for a bully looking to assert dominance. The pickup truck as he approached matched his earlier pattern: aggressive tailgating so close that his front bumper nearly touched their rear bumper, followed by horn blaring and high beam flashing. The elderly driver as a response showed his decades of experience. He activated his turn signal early, checked his mirrors carefully, and began merging right to allow the aggressive driver to pass. He was doing everything correctly, following defensive driving principles that have prevented countless accidents. But the aggressive driver wasn't interested in simply passing. As the elderly couple moved right, he followed them into the new lane, continuing his intimidation tactics despite having a clear lane to proceed. This wasn't about getting somewhere faster, this was about enjoying the fear he created in others. Traffic camera footage captured the elderly woman turning to her husband, her animated gestures suggesting distress or concern about the menacing vehicle behind them. Other drivers began noticing the pattern emerging. A delivery van driver positioned himself between the pickup and the elderly couple, using his commercial vehicle as a shield. The aggressive driver responded by targeting the delivery van next, pulling alongside and gesturing aggressively, apparently enraged that someone had interfered with his intimidation campaign. The delivery driver, a military veteran according to later news interviews, maintained his protective position and reached for his phone to call 911, adding his report to what would become a growing field of complaints about the specific pickup truck terrorizing Miami's morning commuters. Every instant karma story hinges on the moment when the perpetrator's behavior crosses from merely offensive to catastrophically stupid. For our aggressive pickup driver, that moment arrived when he spotted what he perceived as his most satisfying target yet. A small electric vehicle driven by a young man who appeared to be a college student based on the University decal visible on his rear window. The compact car represented everything the truck driver seemed to despise: environmentally cautious, small, quiet, and operated by someone from a younger generation. The intimidation routine launched with familiar intensity: aggressive tailgating, horn honking, high beam flashing, the complete aggressive driver starter pack. The college student, To his credit, handled the situation maturely. He maintained his speed, kept proper lane position, and refused to be baited into any kind of confrontation or racing behavior. His calm response apparently infuriated the pickup driver further, who interpreted restraint as weakness rather than wisdom. Here is where the aggressive driver made his critical error in judgment. So focused on intimidating the electric vehicle, so consumed by his need to dominate this particular driver, he failed to notice the unmarked police sedan that had been observing his behavior for the past 4 minutes. The undercover vehicle, a standard-looking sedan that blended perfectly with civilian traffic, carried to police officers from Miami PD's Aggressive Driving Enforcement Unit, a specialized team created specifically to combat the exact behavior this pickup driver was exhibiting. The officers had received multiple 911 calls about the pickup truck, had visually confirmed the vehicle and license plate, and had been documenting violation after violation while coordinating with dispatch for backup units. They witnessed the tailgating, the brake checking, the following of victims who changed lanes, and now they were watching him terrorize a college student. The instant karma was loaded, imminent, and about to fire with all the force of legal consequences this aggressive driver had been earning with every intimidation tactic. The moment of instant karma arrived with the beautiful simplicity that makes these real-life justice moments so satisfying. As the aggressive pickup driver executed another dangerous brake check on the college student as the electric vehicle, the unmarked police sedan activated its concealed lights and siren lit strips hidden in the rear dash and rear window, transforming the ordinary-looking sedan into an unmistakable law enforcement vehicle. The effect on the aggressive driver was immediate and visible even from surrounding dashcam footage, as brake lights illuminated as shock replaced aggression. But the instant karma wasn't finished yet, as the pickup driver began pulling over, clearly intending to accept his traffic citation, and Mavar, a second marked police cruiser, appeared from a side street, followed quickly by a third unit. The 911 calls from multiple witnesses, combined with the undercover officer's observations, had generated enough concern that supervisors dispatched backup to ensure officer safety during what they classified as a high-risk traffic stop involving an aggressive and potentially dangerous driver. The pickup driver as the meter changed dramatically as she realized the scale of law enforcement response. Gone was the aggressive posture, the intimidating gestures, the entitled attitude that had characterized his morning commute. In its place appeared something recognizable to anyone who has watched instant karma videos: the universal expression of someone realizing their actions have consequences. Officers approached with appropriate caution, given his aggressive driving history during the past 15 minutes. What followed was a masterclass in professional law enforcement. Officers conducted a thorough traffic stop, documented every violation witnessed and reported, and issued citations that would total thousands of dollars in fines. But the immediate consequences were just the beginning. The pickup truck was deemed unsafe due to improper modifications and excessive noise violations, resulting in the vehicle being towed from the scene. The aggressive driver who minutes earlier had been terrorizing innocent commuters now stood on the sidewalk watching his lifted intimidation machine loaded onto a flatbed tow truck. Instant karma delivered with absolute precision. The aftermath of this instant karma incident provides a textbook example of consequences catching up with aggressive behavior. The pickup driver faced a comprehensive list of charges: aggressive driving, reckless endangerment of multiple drivers, noise violations, improper vehicle modifications, following too closely, improper lane changes, and harassment. The collective fine exceeded $3,0, with mandatory court appearances and potential license suspension pending judicial review. His vehicle remained impounded pending compliance inspections that would cost additional thousands to bring into legal operation. But beyond the legal consequences, this incident delivered something more valuable: relief and validation for every driver who has ever been intimidated on our roadways. The healthcare worker, the elderly couple, the delivery driver, the college student, they all received confirmation that law enforcement takes aggressive driving seriously and that bullies eventually meet accountability. This instant karma moment reminds us that intimidation tactics have no place on public roads, that vehicle size does not grant special privileges, and that patience and respect make everyone else's commute safer. If this instant justice satisfied you as much as it did us, smash that like button and comment your city below. Subscribe for more karma content that proves the universe keeps score. Drive respectfully, treat others kindly, and remember karma is always watching. See you in the next instant karma story.